What happens when a decades-long joke stops being funny? Hollywood Boulevard, April 2025. The lights outside Jimmy Kimmel Live blaze against the night sky. Inside, 200 people pack the studio. Energy crackles through the air, the band plays. Cameras roll. Jimmy Kimmel adjusts his tie, flashes that million-dollar smile to camera one. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's a special night. His voice booms across the studio. After 20 years, we finally have time for Matt Damon. The audience roars. Applause shakes the rafters, but something feels different. Matt Damon walks through the curtain. His smile is tight, jaw set, eyes sharp. The applause continues, but his body language screams tension. He reaches the guest chair. Jimmy stands, arms open for the usual comedic embrace. Matt extends his hand instead. Formal, cold. They shake. Jimmy's smile flickers. Just for a second. Matt, finally. The man, the myth, the legend who's been running out of time since 2003. The audience laughs. Matt doesn't. He sits. Crosses his legs. His eyes never leave Jimmy's face. Yeah, Jimmy, 20 years, the words land heavy. Heavier than expected. Jimmy's producer leans forward in the booth, sensing something off. The director's hand hovers over the commercial break button. In the audience, a woman stops mid-clap. Her husband leans over, whispers, "Does he seem okay to you?" Jimmy powers through. "So you're here to talk about your new film, right? Not to finally murder me on live television?" Another laugh line. The audience chuckles nervously. Matt doesn't blink. "We'll see how the night goes." Dead silence. Then unsure laughter. Is this part of the bit? The stage lights suddenly feel too bright. Too hot, too exposed. Jimmy clears his throat. "Well, this should be interesting." Matt leans back in his chair. "You have no idea, stay with us. This is just the beginning. Drop a like if you're already hooked." Camera pulls back. Studio audience settles. Jimmy tries to steer toward safer ground. "So your new film, The Second Chance, tell us about it." Matt shifts forward. His passion suddenly ignites. It's a story about redemption. About a man who realizes he's been living wrong, hurting people without meaning to. Sounds heavy. It is. But it's also about forgiveness. About knowing when to stop something before it destroys relationships. Jimmy nods, not catching the subtext.
Powerful stuff.
"And you've been working on this for what, 5 years?" 5 years. It's personal to me, I bet. So when did you first... "Jimmy, can I ask you something?" The interruption lands like ice water. Jimmy blinks. Sure. Do you remember 2003? When this whole thing started?" The audience leans in. "This isn't in the script." Jimmy forces a laugh. "The joke? Yeah, of course. We ran out of time and..." "No." Matt's voice cuts clean. "You didn't run out of time. I canceled. Last minute. Remember why?" Jimmy's smile freezes. "Matt, come on, my daughter was sick. Emergency room. I called your producer, apologized, offered to reschedule. The studio falls silent. This information? No one knew this. And you decided to make it a joke instead." Jimmy shifts in his seat. "Matt, it was just a bit. A silly late-night bit that ran for 20 years. Because it was funny. People loved it." "You loved it. The music videos, the pranks, you were right there with..." "I played along, Jimmy." Matt's voice stays calm, controlled. "There's a difference." A woman in the third row covers her mouth. Her friend grabs her arm. Jimmy's producer speaks into his headset. "Stand by for commercial." This is going south, but Jimmy waves him off. "What are you saying right now?" "On my show, you're saying..." "I'm saying I smiled for 20 years while you built a brand on my back. I'm saying I laughed while my kids asked why the TV man doesn't like daddy." The air thickens. No one moves. "I'm saying tonight we're going to be honest." Finally, Jimmy stares. His mouth opens, closes, nothing comes out. Matt settles into his chair. "So let's talk about that film. About redemption. About knowing when to stop." Comment below, did you know about Matt's daughter? This story goes deeper than you think. Keep watching. Jimmy tries to recover. "Okay, so clearly we're doing this fine. Matt, in 20 years, you've never said you had a problem with..." "Would it have mattered?" "What? If I had said something? Would you have stopped?" Jimmy spreads his hands. "Of course. Matt, we're friends. If you'd ever..." "We're colleagues, Jimmy, there's a difference." The words hit like a slap. Jimmy's face flushes. That's not fair, isn't it? Matt leans forward. How many times have we hung out? Outside of industry events? How many times have you called just to check in? We've done charity work together. The videos we made raised millions. For charity. Not for friendship. You know what friendship is, Jimmy? It's asking permission before you make someone a punchline for 2 decades. A cameraman adjusts his lens trying to capture both faces simultaneously. The tension is electric. Jimmy's voice rises. You participated. Every time. The fake movie trailers, the award show bits, you were right there. What choice did I have? Matt's calm cracks slightly. Say no and become the guy who can't take a joke? The difficult actor? The thin-skinned celebrity? So you're saying I forced you? I'm saying you never asked. Not once, not ever. Jimmy stands abruptly, sits back down. His hands shake. This is insane. We're doing this on live TV? Now? When else, Jimmy? When would have been a good time? The audience watches like they're at a tennis match. Back and forth, blow after blow. You could have called me, texted me. We could have talked privately, like you did before starting the joke. Matt's eyebrow raises. Oh wait, Jimmy's jaw clenches. I didn't think. Exactly. You didn't think. You didn't consider. You just decided my name was content. Content that made you more famous. The words hang in the air. Poisonous. Jimmy's eyes widen, realizing what he just said. Matt nods slowly. There it is. Matt, I didn't mean. Yes, you did. That's what you've always thought. That I should be grateful. That my discomfort was worth the exposure. Jimmy slumps in his chair. The fight drains from his face. I never wanted to hurt you. I know. Matt's voice softens. But you did anyway. And you kept doing it, year after year. While I smiled and took it. The silence stretches. The drummer doesn't breathe. The audience doesn't move, so what now? Jimmy whispers. Now we tell the truth. This is getting intense. Hit that subscribe button. You won't want to miss what happens next. Matt reaches into his jacket. Pulls out his phone. You know what this is? Jimmy shakes his head, confused. It's a folder. Jimmy jokes. I started keeping it 5 years ago. He doesn't show the screen, just describes it. His voice steady. Clinical. Every soccer game where another parent makes a crack. Every premiere where someone yells from the red carpet. Every birthday party where my daughter hears the joke and asks why you don't like me. Jimmy's face drains white. Matt, I never thought. 20 years of screenshots. 20 years of moments where I had to explain to my kids that it's just comedy. That the man on TV doesn't actually hate me. I don't hate you. Then why does it feel like you do? The question breaks something. Jimmy's eyes well up. He blinks rapidly. It was a bit, Matt. Just a stupid late-night bit that got out of control. It got out of control because you let it. Because stopping would mean admitting it went too far. A woman in the front row wipes her eyes. Her companion squeezes her hand. Jimmy's voice cracks. So what, I'm a bully now? That's what you're telling America? No. Matt's response surprises everyone. You're a guy who got caught up in his own success and forgot to check in. It happens, but it still hurt. Yes, it still hurt. Jimmy covers his face with his hands. His shoulders shake. The camera holds on him. Raw, unfiltered. What do you want from me? The words come muffled through his fingers. I want you to understand. I want you to realize that jokes have consequences. That people aren't content. That your friends deserve better than being turned into material. Jimmy lowers his hands. His makeup is smudged. His persona completely shattered. I'm sorry. Are you? Or are you sorry you got called out on live TV? The question hangs sharp. Dangerous, both. Jimmy's honesty surprises even himself. I'm sorry I hurt you. And I'm sorry it took this to make me see it. Matt nods. That's a start. What about the millions we raised? Doesn't that count for something? It counts. But it doesn't erase the damage. Good outcomes don't justify bad process, Jimmy. You know that. The audience sits transfixed. This isn't entertainment anymore. It's therapy. It's reconciliation. It's real. I built my career partly on you. Jimmy admits it quietly. The joke became bigger than both of us, and you loved it. I did. God help me, I did. That's the problem right there. You loved the bit more than you valued the person. Jimmy flinches. That's not, isn't it? Silence heavy, suffocating. Finally, Jimmy speaks. If I could go back, you can't, none of us can. But you can do better going forward. How? How do I fix this? Matt stands. The audience gasps. Is he leaving? You start by listening. Really listening. Not just to me, to everyone you make a joke about. You ask permission. You check in. You remember that the people in your life are more important than the laughs. He turns toward the audience. Camera follows. And you grow up. Your jaw on the floor yet? Drop a comment with your reaction. But don't go anywhere. The climax is coming. Matt faces the crowd. 200 people. Millions watching at home. His voice fills the studio. I didn't come here tonight to destroy anyone. Jimmy watches from his desk. Silent. Broken. I came here to be honest. Because honesty, real honesty, that's what friends deserve. A camera pushes in slowly. Matt's face fills the frame. 20 years ago, Jimmy made a choice. Turned me into a punchline. And for 20 years, I made a choice. Let him. Someone in the audience sniffles. Others nod. But jokes have power. They shape how people see you. How your kids see you. How you see yourself. He turns back to Jimmy. You're talented. You're funny. You don't need to stand on me to be tall. Jimmy's chin trembles. He tries to speak. Can't. Matt's voice strengthens. And to anyone watching who's ever smiled through something that hurt, you're allowed to say stop. You're allowed to be done. That doesn't make you difficult. It makes you human. The studio is cathedral quiet, holy, reverent. Matt walks back to Jimmy, extends his hand. I hope we can be actual friends now, the kind who respect each other, the kind who ask before they assume. He pauses. But that's up to you. Jimmy stares at the offered hand. His whole body shakes. Tears stream down his face, unashamed now. The camera captures everything. The breakdown. The humanity. The moment finally, Jimmy stands. He takes Matt's hand, pulls him into a real embrace. Not a comedy bit. Not a performance. Real, I'm so sorry. The words crack out of him. I'm so sorry. Matt holds him. I know. I didn't see it. I didn't see what I was doing. I know. But you see it now. They separate. Jimmy wipes his face with his sleeve. Laughs at himself through the tears. This is the worst, best episode ever. Matt smiles. Genuine this time. It's the most honest one. Where do we go from here? We start over. Clean slate. Real friendship. Or we don't. But either way, the joke ends tonight. Jimmy nods. The joke ends tonight. Matt squeezes his shoulder. Turns toward the wings. Matt. Jimmy calls after him. Matt stops. Looks back. Thank you for being brave enough to say what I needed to hear. Matt nods once. Professional. Dignified. Then he walks off stage. Through the curtain. Gone. The audience explodes. Not applause. Not cheers. Release. Pure emotional release. 20 years of tension. Gone. Jimmy stands at his desk. Alone. Changed. The cameras keep rolling. If you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that button. This conversation isn't over. The applause sign flashes. The audience obliges. But it's different now. Reflective. Thoughtful. Backstage, Matt doesn't storm out. Doesn't throw anything. He thanks the stage manager. Shakes hands with crew members. Walks out the front door like a man who just put down a weight he'd carried for decades. In the studio, Jimmy sits. His head in his hands. The makeup artist approaches with tissues. We need to go to commercial, the producer says through the headset. No. Jimmy's voice is hoarse. No commercial. We're addressing this, Jimmy, we can't. We just did. Now we deal with it. The producer hesitates, nods. You're the boss. Commercial break. 3 minutes. It feels like 3 hours. The audience buzzes. Whispers cascade through the rows. Did that just happen? Was that real? Oh my God, that was real. In the control room, monitors show social media exploding. George Matt Damon speaks out trends worldwide in under 2 minutes. Clips spread like wildfire. News outlets scramble. TMZ updates their homepage. Entertainment Tonight prepares emergency coverage. Twitter erupts in takes, reactions, think pieces. Some defend Jimmy. It was just comedy. Others praise Matt. Finally, someone said it. Everyone agrees on one thing. They just witnessed something unprecedented. The commercial ends. Jimmy faces the camera, no jokes. No armor, that was real. What you just saw was real. And Matt's right. His voice steadies. I got so caught up in the bit that I forgot about the person. That's on me. Completely on me. So Matt, if you're watching, and I know you probably are, I'm sorry. To you, to your family, to anyone who's ever felt like I did to you. He pauses, breathes. The joke is over. Officially. Permanently. Over. The audience applauds. Genuine this time. Now let's talk about accountability. About friendship. About doing better. He spends the next 10 minutes having the most honest conversation late-night television has ever seen. No punchlines. No bits, just truth. By morning, every entertainment outlet on Earth is covering it. The conversation has shifted. The culture has shifted. One honest moment changed everything. Still here? Good. Because the lesson in all this matters. Comment your biggest takeaway below. In the end, this story isn't about Matt Damon versus Jimmy Kimmel. It's about all of us. Jokes are powerful. They bring joy, create connection, build careers. But they can also hurt, diminish, trap us in roles we never chose. The line between comedy and cruelty isn't always clear. But one thing is, intention doesn't erase impact. You can hurt someone without meaning to, and when you realize you have, the only honorable response is owning it, apologizing for it, doing better. Matt didn't want revenge. He wanted respect. Jimmy didn't want to hurt anyone. He wanted to entertain. But somewhere along the way, the bit became bigger than the friendship. That's where things went wrong. The beautiful thing. They both had courage. Courage to hit reset. To choose growth over ego. To show millions that it's never too late to make things right. So here's the question for you. Who's your Matt Damon? Who have you made a joke about one too many times? Who smiles through your teasing but might be hurting underneath? And here's the harder question, are you willing to ask? Are you willing to check in? Are you brave enough to hear it's not okay anymore? Because friendship isn't about going along to get along. It's about showing up honestly. Even when it's uncomfortable. Especially when it's uncomfortable. Matt Damon taught Jimmy Kimmel that lesson on live television. But really, he taught all of us. The joke is over. The growth begins now. What do you think? Was Matt right to speak up? Could Jimmy have handled it better? Drop your thoughts below. And if this story made you think twice about your own relationships, hit that subscribe button. The conversations that matter most are the ones that make us uncomfortable. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.